Let's get a good stretch.
Hello, kids and squids. Welcome to a brand new episode of Nintendo Unleashed. My name is Armando, and I'm one of your co-hosts. Joining me this week is Conor.
Hola.
And Noah is not here.
Why do we need to say that? He's a guest.
Yeah, like last week he was introduced as a guest. So it looks like that's going to be the case for a couple of episodes now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully he'll be back next week.
Last week we declared Cal as the most reoccurrent guest. However, I think Noah is actually the most reoccurrent guest.
With 19 episodes.
Yeah.
You win, Noah. So we don't have a guest this week. It's just us two. Because why not?
It was really short notice. That's
Yeah.
why not.
Mm-hmm. So this week we're going to talk about Miiverse because it's going to get a new redesign. And we're also going to talk about, what is it? Anime Expo? Yeah. Some stuff that was going on during that convention. And we're going to talk about Fire Emblem Fates and The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. And so much more, including Amiibo. So before we get into those topics, we're going to start off with what we're playing. Conor, what are we playing?
Well, first of all, I'm still playing Love Live. I forgot to mention that last week. But yeah. Second of all, I started another quality mobile. Okay, Love Live's actually quality, so I shouldn't say that sarcastically, but I started a super duper quality mobile game called Sonic Runners. It's free to play on, I think it's on Android and iOS.
Yeah.
And it's basically a 2D endless runner where you play as Sonic, or you can switch eventually. And your progress is halted by microtransaction stuff, quality.
Typical free-to-game stuff.
Yeah. And I'm also playing the best crossover fighter to ever release, J-Stars Victory VS Plus, as the best game because, unlike Smash Bros., it has Goku as a playable character.
Are you playing it on the Vita?
No, PS4. Why would I play a fighting game on the Vita?
Because the Vita.
It's a 3D fighting game. What?
But you need to support the Vita. That's how
No.
it works. If you own a Vita, you support the Vita.
No, I'll support it by buying games that are actually good on it.
Like J-Stars.
No, J-Stars is not good on the Vita. You require 4 triggers.
The touch panel on the back.
That's terrible. No, I played it through the remote play because I forgot how bad remote play was. And no, that's terrible. Sorry, I lied. You need L1, L2, R1, R2, and R3. The Vita doesn't have R2 and R3 or L2. So you have to use the touch screen, and it's stupid.
I'm going to buy that game, and I'm just going to buy it on the Vita.
Don't. You'll have no one to play with.
Doesn't it have single-player mode?
Yeah, but it's a fighting game. Wouldn't you want to play that with people?
At
least get the PS3 version. They're the same price, and you at least have Kel to play with.
Okay, is that game like the Naruto games that you only press a button and a couple of other buttons, like maybe 2 buttons, to basically play the game?
You have the light attacks square, heavy attacks triangle. There's combos, but not very good. And
the combo is square circle. Is that a combo?
No. Circle's always like a long range attack. So it's never really part of a combo. There's a forward circle combo that for the 2 characters I play as. I can't comment on everyone. But does a longer reach attack. while
Mm-hmm.
just pushing circle isn't a long range attack. It's longer than like just punching, but not too much. Then most of the combos are like square square triangle or triangle square triangle, like just
Yeah, but
basic
yeah, okay.
alternating.
So it's like Naruto. It's basic combos. It's super easy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So get that platinum, Connor.
I would, except there's a trophy that requires you to do a perfect guard 20 times, and I can barely do a normal guard, so.
Well, hopefully you'll tell us more about how your platinum journey is going next week. Hopefully. And that's the only things you've been playing.
Yeah, I don't think. I played Splatoon with Jay and Noah, and I
Okay.
played Splatoon when Tower Control released, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, for me, I've been playing. Well, I played Splatoon for when Towerfall released. We'll talk more about that later, but yeah, I've been playing Splatoon. A lot of Persona 4 Golden. Oof, a lot of that game. I think I'm like close to 30 hours in, and yeah, I think I'll be able to like play it for another 40 hours maybe. But I want to beat that game because I know it's super long and I have to grind a lot, but I want to beat it because I've been also watching the animation.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah, just to see what's up with that.
spoilers.
Yeah, and I've also been playing Batman Arkham Knight.
PC version?
No, no, PS4.
Should got
Uh,
PC version. You can't buy it anymore. It's rare. Sure, you could sell a PC with Batman Arkham Knight installed for like thousands of dollars.
just like selling a Wii U with a meme run.
Exactly.
Oh, man, I should have bought it on PC then. Yeah, but I've been playing Batman Arkham Knight. I'm still like really early in because my plan for last week was basically play Batman, but then I remembered that I had Persona 4. Then I just played that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I want to beat a Persona 4, or at least just um, beat Batman real quick. I'll see what I'll do. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. And so, moving on then. So we're gonna do Nintendo downloads this week. Unfortunately, we don't have GG series games this week.
What?
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those weeks where we don't have any of those brilliant games. Um,
I'm sure there's like 12 waiting to be published. They're just
yeah,
want to
yeah,
release them all at once.
yeah, yeah. That's true. Maybe next week we'll see some more. And I'm actually intrigued, and I actually want to buy one of those just to see what's up. But they're only like 199, so we'll see. So this week on Nintendo eShop on Nintendo 3DS, we have Samurai Warriors Chronicle 3.
That was a launch title.
Really?
Yeah,
So it's on the eShop now?
apparently.
Okay.
I just saw Noah tweeting about how it's a launch title.
Okay. Well, at least it's on the eShop now, in case you can't find them, because it's kind of hard to find the launch titles now.
Case it was a good game. The fact that it's a launch title, and I've heard the only good launch titles were Street Fighter and the Nintendo published ones. I doubt it's any good.
I'm not sure how it is though. Maybe if it's maybe it's if it's like $10, maybe you can pick it up. But since you're saying that it was a launch title, it's probably retail price, so around 30. Yeah. So, and on the Nintendo eShop on Wii U, we have Roving Roving Rogue. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, we have that on the eShop, and on the Virtual Console on Wii U, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Yeah, yeah, for $10. If you still haven't played
Ooh.
Ocarina of Time, that's a great price to get it for.
Ugh.
And play it on your Wii U with
Ugh.
off-screen TV play.
$10. Ugh.
It's okay.
No, no.
Why? Would you prefer to get the 3D version?
Well, probably because It's better, but
No, I don't like the 3D version.
hey, you don't have to go into the menu to put your iron boots on. The,
Okay, that's true.
and you don't have to memorize all the Ocarina songs. You can bring them up.
But that doesn't take a. That's not really hard to memorize them.
The preludes, it is. Like the
Mm,
warp songs.
not really, because you're gonna use them. You're gonna keep using them. So
I never remembered any of them and kept. I was trying to use songs without the cheating thing, cheat sheet thing, but I could do every song except the warp songs.
or like the Wind Waker songs that you memorize all of that. I think that
Weren't
was
they just like up, down, up?
yeah, but they had more different variations. And I thought those were harder than the Ocarina of Time songs to memorize.
I don't even remember the songs. I played
Um,
that more recently.
yeah, so if you haven't played Ocarina of Time, that's a great price for it. It's the N64 version, by the way. So get that, or just get Ocarina of Time 3D on the 3DS eShop. It's for I think it's going on for $29.99 right now. That's a good price for it because you can't find it in stores.
Unless you go to Canada.
Really?
Yeah, it's still available in Canada for some reason.
Ooh.
However, like some people have like said, "Can I go to Canada, buy one, and then sell it for the higher price?" But nope, there's the available in French sticker on the front.
Oh yeah, I've seen that sticker.
So nope, that sticker single-handedly brings the value of the game down. Like I think it's $10 or something.
Ooh. um. So yeah. So going on this week too is the Splatoon Splatfest that starts on July 4th, ends on July 5th.
It will be going on while you're watching this, probably.
Yeah,
Assuming
and
the video's up on time and you're watching this the day it's out.
we'll talk more about that later. And also this Codename Steam Independence Tournament. Have you heard about that?
Didn't they talk about that at a direct? Or was that a different tournament?
Yeah, it's one of those tournaments.
Oh,
Yeah. So if you're into Codename Steam, check it out.
you're one of the two people in the Codenames team?
That started on July 2nd. It ends on July 6th. So you still have time. And this week we have some Nintendo themes, 3DS themes.
Any
Yeah.
anime ones?
No, unfortunately we don't have the Hunter x Hunter one that I desperately want.
I'm gonna import a 3DS just for that theme.
Good luck buying it, 'cause all the menus are in Japanese.
I'll figure it out. I'll just
Then
do
you
it
end up
next to my current 3DS so I can see what all the menus are.
then you end up spending a lot of yen because you didn't
Why is there, like,
understand the
5,000 yen charged to our credit card?
Yeah, so the themes this week are we have 4 Ace Attorney themes.
Ooh.
One is called Mood Matrix. Other one is Chord Record. That's for Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. Then we have 2 other themes for Ace Attorney Trilogy. That's pixel art and main characters. And we have 2 Pokemon themes.
Yay!
Yeah, Mega Charizard Y and Rayquaza.
Wait,
That's probably the one I'm gonna get.
isn't that already out?
It was
have
in
a
Japan.
Rayquaza one.
It's another one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's another one. And then we have a EV collection, Espeon and Umbreon.
I thought that was a game. I was supposed to say, is that the new GG series EV collection?
No, so those are the themes for this week. And I think that's it for Nintendo downloads, but I want to mention this real quick. Nintendo is selling the 2DS, refurbished 2DS on their website for $60. It's not a bad price for it. So
If you're
if
looking
you,
to get into the Nintendo 3DS stuff and don't care about Amiibo or 3D,
yeah,
there you go.
$60.
That's 20 more than a game. Games are 40, right? 3DS
Yeah,
games.
yeah. But it's basically, well, it's basically the price of a Xbox 360 or PS4 game,
Yeah.
and sometimes Wii U. 'Cause- Yeah. So yeah, Connor, do you want to take this real quick?
So, in a weird surprise announcement, Nintendo announced that Miiverse is getting a redesign. Um, I don't know. I rarely use it
I
anymore.
I used to use it a lot, like a lot during like the basically 5 months, the first 5 months of the Wii U. You can even see it on my Miiverse timeline.
Yeah. I think my main issue with Miiverse is when you're following people and you go to the activity feed, it doesn't like show everything. Like sometimes it just shows like I don't even know how it picks and chooses what it shows.
Hmm.
But like so I followed a bunch of people a while ago for like art and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But then after I ended up following enough people, it stopped showing everyone. So now I've just stopped caring.
Yeah, I think I stopped caring after after I beat Wind Waker. Because I used it a lot for that game. I think everyone did.
Well, you didn't post some weird comments in Mario 3D World or Splatoon?
Nope.
What about Smash?
Nope.
Not giving Game of Thrones spoilers on the Smash Meaver stage?
No. I'm not one of those people. Or I'm not even one of those people that roleplay on Meavers. Yeah,
Me and Noah were part of one of those. Did you see that?
Yeah, I remember that.
We were trying to derail that so hard, and they kept bringing it back somehow. Like Noah was acting like a sexual predator. So great.
You know, I like the concept of Meavers, but I think it needs maybe an app on phones, on mobile. Just so I can like keep updated on what all the people I follow post, you know?
Yeah.
They do have the website, the mobile website, but sometimes it doesn't work well for me.
It's not very good in general.
Yeah.
Site.
Yeah, they just need an app. Or even if like Meebers would be part of their new loyalty system in some way, that would help.
Speaking of needing an app, and no,
Did we talk about the updates? I don't think so.
There's updates. I only saw
Yeah.
it's getting a redesign.
It's getting a redesign. You're gonna have a screenshot album for each game.
Oh.
Yeah. So like all your Nintendo Land posts are gonna be in one section.
OMG.
Yeah, and you're gonna have a play journal. So you know, basically like if you're progressing through like a game like New Super Mario Brothers, you keep posting stuff. It's gonna look like a timeline of the stuff that you've done in that game.
Wow. That'd be so fun when I was like 10.
Yeah. And I think this is what's most important about this update or redesign, that you can only post a total of 30 posts or comments per day.
Ooh.
Just 30.
Who the hell posts more than that unless you're role playing?
I've seen a lot of people do it, so
So Nintendo's trying to cut down the role players.
or the memes.
Rip memes. We won't miss the role players, but we'll miss the memes.
Yeah, so that's it for Miiverse.
So
Miiverse redesign.
I don't have a segue anymore because Arms stole it. But in no surprise to anyone, Pokemon Shuffle is being ported to mobile devices. Yay!
I think we joked about
Yeah.
this one time.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, it's getting the Pokemon Company more money. And this isn't part of the DNA deal, by the way. This is entirely Pokemon Company.
Yeah. Is it only on Android right now?
It's not on either right now, but it's gonna be on iOS and Android.
Oh. I
It
thought it was on beta or something.
No, the beta's July 16th or something,
Oh.
and
Okay.
only in Japan. Well, so far, and I think it launches fully sometime this year.
Okay. Are you gonna be playing it?
Probably not. I beat it on the 3DS. I don't see a point of playing it again. It wasn't that exciting. And even if it was, I could just replay it on the 3DS.
Okay. Do you think this game is gonna be popular for the casuals out there?
Are Match 3 still popular?
Yeah.
I haven't
it's
really
no-
gone through the popular section in a while.
Yeah, it's most of the time it's just like Candy Crush and Bejeweled and those types of games.
But if it's just Candy Crush and Bejeweled, then I don't think it's gonna be that successful because no one's trying the other stuff. But if there's other stuff breaking in every once in a while, then it
Or
might.
or like right now I know this. You know what Tsum Tsums are? Like
It
Tsums.
was like hamster things. Or is that something else?
No. It's I think it's spelled TSUM.
Oh.
It's like a
okay.
pillow. It's like a pillow.
Oh yeah, you told me about this before.
Yeah. There's a game on iOS and I think Android, and it's basically a match 3 game of that, and that's really popular right now. And that game just has like Disney characters in it. So imagine Pokemon.
So I went on the App Store or Android Google Play Store to see, and first one is Alphabeti Saga, which is by the same people that did Candy Crush. Then something called Running Circles, Clash of Clans, Mini Golf Retro, Crossy Roads, then Candy Crush is number 6, and that's the only match 3 game I see until 12 is Candy Crush Soda Saga.
But this is Pokemon, so
Yeah.
it can possibly be really popular for kids, small children that just have like an iPad, because a lot of kids have one.
Yeah.
So
I think
It
it
could be really
really
popular.
depends too on like how many people are into Pokemon that don't already have a 3DS.
okay, yeah.
Because there's not really a point in getting it on your phone if you already got it on your 3DS.
Well, I think I'll download it and try it out, but I think it's gonna be Pokemon Shuffle on 3DS all over again. Well, at least for me, but I play it for maybe 2 times and just never touch it again.
I wonder if it will have the exploit that the 3DS version had. The browser. I mean, especially Android, phones are a lot more easy to modify and a lot harder for Nintendo to patch. Because, like, Nintendo can't put a system update. That'd be up to Google and Apple.
Yeah, but this is Pokemon Company, so
Yeah, and they can't put out an update either.
yeah.
Like, they can update the app, but if the problem's coming through the software, like Google, everything's open source.
Mhm.
So, like, potentially you could, like, hack in and make everything free.
Yeah. So, more Pokemon news that we got. Some new Pokken Tournament characters were revealed, like Charizard and Weavile.
Yeah,
And did it get a release date?
July 16th, it says right there.
Okay, and that's arcades, right?
Yeah, and they've still yet to say anything about console ports or North America and Europe.
Okay. One thing about this, I I think, well, I feel that this game is not going to be ported to arcades in North America or Europe. Pokemon has, like, the Pokemon company has, like, a bunch of arcade games just in Japan. So
This
I
is
don't see
Namco,
what.
though.
I don't think they'll port it.
Apparently, Namco ported the Mario Kart games here. I didn't actually know that, but they are
Yeah, I've
playable
seen
in
them around.
arcades
Yeah,
here.
I've seen them around. Yeah, I've seen them around. But I don't think this will be ported. If it does get ported, it will be on a console, and
Yeah, if it gets ported to Wii U, then I think that it's pretty much for sure going to come out here.
yeah,
Well, okay, I can't say that for sure because Pokemon Typing DS never came to North America.
and I think it released in Europe,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And that Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on WiiWare never came out outside of Japan either. But I think Pokken Tournament has a fairly high chance of releasing here if it comes to NX or Wii U, depending on how long it takes.
Yeah, that's true. But hopefully it comes to Wii U.
If it's a launch title for NX.
That too. You never know. Um, but yeah, well, I'm excited for that because it has Pikachu. That's a playable character.
I'm excited for that because I'll kick you as Pikachu. I mean, kick you playing as Pikachu. I'll be someone cooler.
Like Charizard.
No, Charizard's too mainstream. I'll be Weavile.
Be Suicune. Why is Suicune in the game? How does that work?
I don't know. Ivysaur was in Smash Brawl.
That's Smash.
I don't know.
This
I'm sure
is
you.
a fighting game. This is a fighting game. I'm not saying that Smash isn't a fighting game, but this is I was gonna say real fighting game, but
Ooh. Should move on before you.
yeah. Before I say something I regret. Okay, moving on.
So, did you know it's Mario's 30th anniversary this year? I didn't. Actually, I did. But everyone is getting in on the celebration in their own way. Europe, specifically Nintendo UK, made this Mario 8-bit mosaic graffiti thing on some bridge in London. I mean, graffiti is always a good way to go about things. Nintendo of America ended their E3 press conference with a disappointing karaoke of the original Mario theme. And Nintendo Japan, NCL, decided that there's not enough video game concerts in Japan. So they're getting a Mario concert. And I'm not going to get to see it.
Well, if it even comes out of here, I'm probably not gonna see it because it only goes to major cities in North America.
Like the Pokemon and Zelda thing, closest I got here is Vancouver, which that's still too far for me to go.
Yep. So doesn't affect me. Although I would love to be or go to a video game concert, especially like a Zelda one. But
I'll watch all the dank videos people record with their cell phones.
Great quality for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get Noah to go and upload some videos for Blaze Kick.
True. Yeah, so you should let us know what you think about this Mario 30th anniversary concert in Japan. Do you want to hear in North America?
Who do you think celebrated Mario's 30th better? Japan, Europe, or North America?
Yeah.
I'm personally going for Nintendo Australia doing absolutely nothing.
Well, they did get really good stock of Amiibo recently.
That has nothing to do with Mario, though.
There's Mario Amiibo.
Yeah, those were already well stocked.
Still counts. Mario.
Okay, well, speaking of disappointing E3 stuff, there was a new Metroid game announced. Did you know that? I didn't. Just kidding, I did. But it was Federation Force, and a lot of people have slapped on it So a lot of people have said it seems they slapped the Metroid name on a game that wasn't intended to be Metroid. I think I even said that. And just so it would sell. But apparently, Samus will appear in the game, and meeting her is, did you say part of the plot?
No, there's a moment that you're gonna meet her.
Okay, so maybe never mind then. Maybe it's not that important, because in Kirby Superstar you met her.
Really?
Yeah, she's at. You go through a level with Metroids, and she's at the end of the level.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, so you're gonna be able to beat Samus in Federation Force.
Yay!
Yeah, and there's some more tie-ins to Metroid Prime, well, according to some interviews, but those are really spoilerish, so we're not gonna talk about that. And they're spoilers regarding Metroid Prime 3, so the last game, so yeah.
So if you've read or played that game, or know how it ends, or don't care about spoilers, you can go read those. I'm sure they're easy enough to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, hopefully you can play as Samus in Blast Ball.
Bet there's you can scan a Samus amiibo and your mech gets Samus coloration.
Yeah, and Blast Ball. Like, right now I only care about Blast Ball because of our team. That's the only reason I care about Blast Ball. But yeah,
But what
moving
about
on.
Rocket League?
We'll play that, but next week because it's PlayStation
Yeah.
Plus. Yeah. But yeah, hey, we're gonna have a Blast Ball team, not a Rocket Team League. Rocket League. Rocket League team.
So this last thing, I'm not sure if it was actually part of Anime Expo, so I just put it with the Anime Expo stuff, but first, in case it's not. Keiji Inafune. Oh my god. Inafune teased a spiritual successor to Mega Man Legends called Red Ash. And there's currently absolutely no information if this is coming to Nintendo consoles. The only reason I wanted to include this, so I can say he should stop working on 3 games at once, start working on 1, and get some original ideas instead of just making spiritual successors to his popular games.
For that Xbox One game. That's an
Okay,
original
that's
idea.
concept. We don't actually even know how much he's working on it.
Okay, and this Red Ash is made by the Mighty Number 9 team, I think. Yeah. And I think they're done with Mighty Number 9. They're just waiting to release it, so I think it's okay if they start working on another game.
I think it's kind of stupid that they...
What bothers me is that I think... Okay, I read this on Twitter, so don't quote me on this, but I think they said that they're probably gonna go to Kickstarter to fund this game.
And before they get a publisher after the Kickstarter. And do like multiple Kickstarters. One of them's for DLC. One of them's for like a board game. I know there were 3. I can't remember what the third one was. There's the first one, then there's the DLC one.
Voice acting.
Was that actually a separate Kickstarter?
Yeah, I believe so.
That should be a stretch goal.
I think it was for voice acting or for like a anime or something like that.
Made enough money. It should have been able to pay for that. Oh, wow. If it goes for if they try Kickstarter again, I really hope it fails. Like, nothing against Keiji Inafune, but they just got super terrible with their Kickstarter.
Yeah, just because they did a couple more after the first one ended.
Yeah, the first one was fine. Like, I can understand that. He doesn't have enough money to make his game. He wants one. But then they did 2 more. Got a publisher. Now they're making a game published by Microsoft. If they go through Kickstarter again, that's just stupid. Especially if Deep Silver's still publishing it.
Yeah, but if it goes to Kickstarter, it's going to get funded right away.
I know it will. I hope it doesn't, but I know it will.
Yeah.
And I wish he would I don't know if he has anything to do with Recore. If he doesn't, I wish he would make an original game, not spiritual successor.
Hmm.
Mega Man
Yeah.
series is cool and all. I'm sure people love spiritual successors, but he should just work on something new.
Hmm. Yeah. Speaking of new games.
Now our actual Anime Expo section.
Hmm.
So, Zero Escape 3 was announced and will be coming to 3DS and Vita. Have you played any of the previous Zero Escape games?
No. But I've heard they're really good. Especially the first one.
I've heard that they're visual novels.
Yeah, yeah. So why haven't you played it?
'Cause I didn't care about visual novels when 1 and 2 or whatever they were called came out.
I think the first one is called Zero Escape 999
Oh, it's 9 persons,
Door
9 hours, 9 doors.
Nine Doors. Yeah. That was the first one.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that was a Zero Escape game.
Yeah, that was the first one. The second one is on the Virtual's Last Reward.
I didn't know those two games were related.
Yeah.
I
That's the
heard.
second one. Yeah. And this one's the third one.
Hmm.
And the second one was a PlayStation Plus game like a year ago. I think you have it. I have it on my
Right.
library.
What was it called?
Uh, Virtue's Last Reward.
Virtual.
Zero Escape. Yeah.
Why am I signed out of my phone? I'll use my Vita then.
Yeah, you might have it already. So if you want to get into that series, you just buy the DS game. I think it's like $20 on Amazon right now. It was recommended to me like a long time ago, the DS game, but never got around to buying it. I'm probably gonna buy it just because I have the second game on the Vita, and I can get into that series. So,
And speaking of developers working on too much at once, even though that was a couple topics ago, Monolith Soft's upcoming game, Project Crosszone 2, wasn't Xenoblade X. They have 2 upcoming games, but it was delayed to 2016 in North America and Europe. I don't know why there's a Twitter link right after that, because there's a news article posted after the Twitter link, so I don't know what the Twitter link is for. But
did you say Monolith Soft?
yeah, Monolith Soft makes the Project Crosszone series.
Huh. Did not know that.
I do not have Virtue's Last Reward rep.
No?
Nope.
So you didn't have PlayStation Plus?
I guess not. I've had it for a year, so I don't know why. And I've redeemed everything, so that's weird. But anyway, yeah, it's still releasing this year in Japan, so it's not Monolith Soft's fault. It's whoever's localizing it. I think Namco.
Yeah, Bandai Namco.
So it's their fault. Namco needs to start public or localizing games quicker. J-Stars took like a year. This game apparently is taking a while. Come on, step it up, Namco.
The only ones that don't take a long time are the Naruto and Dragon Ball Z games.
Hey, Naruto and Dragon Ball Z characters are in J-Stars.
They're all subtitled, right? In that game?
Yep.
Okay.
It couldn't be dubbed anyway because there's quite a few characters in it that their animes don't have dubs for. And I'm pretty sure every character in it has an anime. I don't think there's any manga only.
Okay. So, moving on.
There's some quality cosplay coming out of Anime Expo. There's this one. Arms might put it on the screen. I don't know. This is one of a guy dressed as an Ike amiibo, box and everything. Pretty good. The only problem, guy, I can see you, so you're not quality enough.
What do you mean?
Go to a store. You can't see an Ike amiibo.
Oh, okay. I get it.
There's a bunch of anime ones, obviously. I've retweeted a bunch. Some game stuff. I've seen Peaches, and I've mostly seen girl cosplay. I don't know. Maybe people just don't take pictures of guys. But
Except if
yeah,
you're an amiibo.
Yeah, and another one that was of a guy. He was a black trash can with armholes in the bottom cut out, pictures of different popular anime waifus, and glued to the front of the trash can was a giant sign saying, "Your waifu."
Best cosplay ever. Seriously. I want to be that guy. Interview him.
We need to get him on Nintendo Unleashed.
Yeah, I'll probably just link the cosplay pictures and the plugs.
Okay.
It's probably easier. But yeah, definitely check out the waifu trash can cosplay. Best one of the show. But now we're gonna go on break.
Yay!
Be right back.
Hey, Arms.
What?
Do you remember that time at E3 when Hungrybox and Reggie had a Smash battle?
Yeah, the one that went oh so well.
Well, Nintendo may be getting their revenge as Bill Trinan has signed up to participate in the EVO Smash Bros. U tournament.
This is real, by the way. I'm not
Yep.
joking. This is real.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Bill Trinan. And from what I can tell from stuff we've seen of him actually playing, he's decent. I don't know if he's competitive level. I mean, his competition wasn't really all that great, so he looked better. But is he good enough to face off against Hungrybox? Who knows?
Yeah, when is Evo again? I think it's 2 weeks, but
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's in 2 weeks, but we're not totally sure. But
Well,
Bill Trinan
unless it's before next episode, we'll probably talk about it the week it happens.
yeah. So why do you think Bill is gonna be part of the Evo tournament? Do they? I have a question. I'm not sure if you know the answer, but do they have to go through like certain stage of qualifiers to be part of the Evo tournament?
I don't think so. I think the qualifiers are streamed. There's like a qualifiers, then there's a main round, and I think the qualifiers are streamed.
Okay, so right now, are those qualifiers or?
Yeah, he's signed up for the qualifier.
Okay. So anyone can join the qualifiers.
Yeah, you just need to pay.
Okay, so that's
Which
it.
Nintendo's a sponsor of Evo, so
So
probably
yeah.
included that in their sponsorship deal or something.
Do you think maybe they had one spot left and then just asked some Nintendo employee if they wanted to be part of it?
I don't
That's why
think,
he's.
unless they didn't want like an odd number of players or something, I don't think Evo really cares. Like, I don't think they have a limit for players.
Okay.
Unless they were like trying to avoid having like 31 or something and wanted it to be even.
Yeah. Bill participating in Evo is actually gonna make me watch the Evo tournament. I don't normally pay attention to tournaments, but I think I'll watch it. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm. And hopefully Reggie will come up and just ask for a rematch with Hungrybox.
And then he's all of a sudden gonna be like this boss player.
Yeah. I honestly think he lost because he chose Ryu.
Well, did you see that interview with him where he talked about that? He said,
No.
He's like great at Animal Crossing, he's great at Zelda, great at Mario, he can 100% all those games no matter how hard they are, but no matter how hard he tries, he can't be good at Smash.
Okay.
So, I think he actually legitimately is bad at Smash.
Man, I want him to be good so he can compete in these kinds of tournaments.
I think Reggie should be playable in the next Smash game, and his move, like one of them jumps off the cliff, like Little Mac's side B, except it's a guaranteed jump off the cliff. Uh, One of them like self-destructs or something, like just blows up. Like all his, and he's like Pichu, all his moves damage himself.
Okay, that'll be fun to watch.
And
Um,
speaking of tournaments, something we didn't actually mention here, another
mhm,
official Nintendo tournament is the Play Pokemon tournament going on currently right now.
okay.
Um, that includes video game and trading card game.
Mhm.
Don't know how long. I think it's all weekend. I think it's 3rd, 4th, 5th. And there is a stream going on Pokemon's Twitch channel. Don't know what's currently going on. Last year they had Poketubers like Jay Witz commentating. I don't know if they have that this year. I haven't seen anything.
Mhm.
But yeah, and I don't know where it is either.
Okay. Are you gonna watch those streams?
Probably not. I don't really watch competitive Pokemon stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, I used to watch them though. Hmm.
I
Uh,
used to, but
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I just find it kind of boring to watch most competitive games, especially Pokemon, where there's not a lot of action going on.
Or everyone's using the same Pokemon. Basically the same team.
Yeah, someone tweeted that pretty much every team has a Sylveon. I didn't even know Sylveon was OP, but apparently Sylveon's OP.
Yeah, because she's or he or that Pokemon is really great against the fire. I mean the dragon
Dragon.
types. Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
they have it's double battle,
Mm,
uh, no legendaries at all, I think.
yeah. Like last generation, the Pokemon that a lot of players used to use was Rotom.
Yeah.
Like Rotom Wash. I used to be really popular. Or
Yeah.
even that I don't remember the name. It's like I think it's like grass and steel type. I don't know if you.
Seraphon.
Yeah, yeah. He used to be really popular too
Yeah.
because he can put up spikes. But yeah, Pokemon.
Back to Pokemon.
Back to Smash. And speaking of Smash, we have a lot of amiibo, or yeah, a couple of amiibo news actually. So for in North America, Best Buy has officially revealed that Dark Pit will be exclusive to their store. And that you're not going to be able to pre-order him. The only way you can buy a Dark Pit amiibo in North America is if you go to the Best Buy stores on July 31st.
So he's not even available online on July 31st?
Nope, in stores only.
Wow.
Yep. So, kind of a bummer. And it's only one per customer, which I like. I like that. It's a bummer for me because I don't want to camp out for just one amiibo.
Did Best Buy say that pre-order thing of no pre-orders? Did they say if that's just for Dark Pit or if it's for all?
For all, I think it's only for Dark Pit right now.
Because like GameStop is no longer doing pre-orders on Amiibo at all.
Uh,
So I don't
I'm
know.
not. I'm not sure. We'll know that when more amiibo come out.
Yeah, because currently there's Dark Pit and there's Palutena,
Palutena, yeah, yeah.
which
And the rumor is that Palutena is gonna be exclusive too. And
Target.
yeah, and we mentioned this on the podcast at one time. That she's gonna be exclusive, but we don't know where she's gonna end up
Target.
going. Yeah, probably Target. So that's the other dilemma. If um, Target won't, pro- Target will probably do the same thing as Best Buy and don't have pre-orders at all, just in-store stock and maybe online stock on the day it's released. That's July 31st. So that might be the case with Palutena if it ends up being Target exclusive. But the dilemma is that you'll have to camp out. You have to choose to camp out either at Best Buy or Target. So that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna avoid that, and the way I'm avoiding that is by buying them on Amazon for um more than retail price. Yeah, like when Best Buy announced that the news about Dark Pit, I bought a Dark Pit on Amazon for $25 because I don't want to line up. I don't want to stand in line for 12 hours possibly just for one amiibo.
What if Dark Pit ends up like Greninja and they're
He's
super well
common.
stocked?
They said limited stock.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
so
Greninja really common? Like he was common day one, but has he been restocked at all?
no, he hasn't.
So I wouldn't say that's common then.
Yeah, I think um, Greninja is kind of like uncommon. I think the only reason they restocked him like really well is because he's a Pokemon and he's in a recent Pokemon game.
Well, Lucario, he wasn't stocked that well.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Well, Jigglypuff was, I think Targets only had like maybe 20 each if you were lucky. Um, but yeah, and for Palutena, I bought a Palutena on Amazon for $21. So that's a decent price for her.
Yeah.
21. And so that means I won't have to wait up all night just for Amiibo this wave 5. So maybe I'll do it for the other wave because I think the other wave has like 11 Amiibo. So I might do it for that wave, but not for wave 5 because there's only 2. So um do you care about these Amiibo at all?
No.
Dark Pit of Palutena? No?
No.
So if you see them at a store, are you going to buy them or
Probably
just
not.
really? You
Unless,
bought a Wario?
yeah, that I cared about Wario. I don't care about either really. If they were like rare and I saw them in a store, then I'd probably buy them. But I'm not gonna like, even if I don't know if I'm gonna be out on day one to even see them. But if I see them in like the first couple of days and it looks like they're common, I'm probably not gonna get either.
Okay. And well, that's it for Wave 5 Amiibo news. But we have more Amiibo content. Like no Amiibo are. Oh, Nintendo doesn't have plans to release Amiibo for Triforce Heroes. So, what do you think about that?
Will previous amiibo work in Triforce Heroes?
What was that?
Will previous amiibo like the current Link or Toon Link work in Triforce Heroes?
No, apparently it won't have any Amiibo functionality
Ooh.
at all. At all. Because, of course, I'm not sure who said this. Probably the director of the game. Supervisor or whatever. Apparently they said that they thought about having Amiibo functionality in some way, but they couldn't come up with an original idea.
They have
They wanted to do something original with Amiibo and not something that games released now already do it. So
well, I mean, I don't really know what they could have done. The first thing that comes to my mind is it's a fashion game, so clothing.
Yoshi, yeah, like Yoshi.
Yeah, but that's already been used, and that's not really unique.
Yeah.
And
So
Style Savvy does that too.
and Mario Kart.
Yeah, so that's not unique. But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's the only. Well, that's the reason that it's not gonna have Amiibo support.
I don't have
And
an issue with that. I mean, like pretty much
eh,
every Nintendo game as of late has had amiibo, and it's kind of tiring,
yeah.
especially if you either don't want them, can't get them, can't afford them.
hmm
Like,
I'm okay with it.
yeah, I kind of wish more. Like, it was a bigger game that wouldn't have amiibo.
hmm
Like, I don't know, does Xenoblade have Amiibo? I don't think so. Amiibo
No, it
Sport?
doesn't. No.
So I guess that's one. Uh, Majora's Mask 3D and the Pokemon games, I guess.
Which Xenoblade were you talking about? X?
X.
Okay, yeah, X doesn't have it.
Thinking of Nintendo's upcoming games. Mario Tennis, we probably don't know at all.
Metroid Prime, Federation Force, we still don't know.
Yeah. But I don't know, there's like so many games that like use them, some better than others, some just give you like a pointless little skin, some like Splatoon unlock gameplay stuff. But I'm fine with not having amiibo content.
Zelda, yeah.
Even like they said they were considering amiibo content for Zelda U. I kind of hope they don't.
Yeah. Because if... okay, there... I want amiibo support on that because that would mean that would get a Zelda line of amiibo.
What
But...
if it's just like Hyrule Warriors, you unlock collectibles?
Okay, then I don't want that. I don't want it. Yeah, exactly. What if it's just like Hyrule Warriors? Just scan an amiibo and get a rupee.
Or you get like crafting items if there's a crafting system. I don't know if they've mentioned that at all. Or even
no,
like Skyward Sword's collectible system.
Yeah, something. But I don't know. I don't want amiibo in that game. Unless it means that we will get a Zelda line. That's it. So yeah, more Triforce Heroes news. You won't be able to play as a woman in The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. And why is that? Well, let me tell you. This is coming from an interview that IGN did to Hiromasa Shikata. It's his name, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So the IGN asked why you can't play as a female character in the newest Zelda game. And basically his answer was, quote, "They are male characters. So because the game is set with that as the story background, you cannot choose a gender. You are a male character." That was his answer.
Yay.
What do you think?
I think that's a really stupid reason. Almost as stupid as Ubisoft's women are too hard to program or model or something for Assassin's Creed Unity.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, Mass Effect has, like, huge story and you can pick between man and woman. I hate to bring it up, but Honey Pop, that's a pretty, like, dating sims, you're pretty much, unless it's Otome or Yuri, you're always a guy. But Honey Pop allows you to play as a girl if you want. I think you have to beat the guy or have sex with all the girls as a guy to unlock the girl, but you can play as a girl. So I think it's kind of dumb, especially since Zelda U... I think Gaonuma said it just after Zelda U was announced when there's like all that "is Link a girl" thing. He said like Link represents the hero. There's nothing saying Link can't be a girl. So like unless there's some huge plot reason that requires you to be three men, I just think it's stupid.
Well, apparently the plot revolves around three characters that have to prove that they're the heroes.
Yeah, and I don't see why that requires them being men. Unless we're going to the sexist only men can be heroes thing.
Yeah, and I think if they want... Well, you can't make Zelda believable or anyway or whatsoever. But don't you think like the hero being reborn into a woman sounds like a plausible scenario?
Yeah, and this seems like it would be the perfect time to experiment with that, because like if they don't have a successful way of being able to make the hero a woman, then it would be a lot less devastating to the series that they messed it up in Triforce Heroes than it would if they messed it up in Zelda U.
Yeah. And also the just the idea that you can wear Zelda's dress. Uh, Why why not just play as a female character and wear that dress?
Yeah.
But you never know. Maybe Nintendo listens to all the backlash from this and eventually just
Isn't that game
adds
coming out holiday 2015?
yeah.
I think it's kind of
Yeah.
late to add a
Really?
girl. Yeah, because, I mean, I know I pointed Ubisoft's thing, but I think that does take a bit of work changing a model. I mean, sure, like, if they keep the
DLC?
same art style, they're gonna, like, not have boobs, which would probably be the most heavy work. But,
Yeah. Well,
like, to
I
make
was saying
them
that because of the
noticeable.
art style, especially because I don't think it will take them a lot of time to make a woman
Yeah, but they're
design. I
still,
mean,
like, doing other work. Like, it still will take time, and they're not they don't just have people sitting around doing nothing, so that potentially could lead to a delay.
I wouldn't mind being that game being delayed
I don't think anyone really
just for
is
that.
super hyped for that game.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think
I mean,
anyone's
I'll
like, my
play it.
Christmas is ruined. Triforce
Yeah,
Heroes is
yeah.
now.
I mean, I'll play it. I'll try it out and everything, but it's I treat it as a spin-off
Well, it is a spin-off.
Zelda game.
It's not even part of
Yeah.
the
So,
timeline. The Four Swords games are at least part of the timeline.
did they say it's not
Yeah,
part
they
of the
said
timeline?
that.
So why make a timeline? Why name it The Legend of Zelda? Why stick Zelda, just the name Zelda in that game if it's not part of the timeline?
Hey, this at least has Zelda gameplay. It at least has the Zelda characters, unlike Metroid.
But but that should be part of the timeline.
Yeah, it should.
Well, watch it. It's gonna be added to the timeline in a future interview. It's probably gonna be.
Where do you think
But
it'll
yeah.
fit?
Um. When does A Link Between Worlds fit?
I think 1,000 years after Link to the Past and some point before Legend of Zelda.
But that's when Link dies in Ocarina of Time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so right there.
So after Link Between Worlds before Zelda, original Zelda.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where
yeah,
I put it.
right there. Fits perfectly. So yeah,
Well,
so
maybe we
that's
don't actually know the story. Like Ezio might be in it for Minish Cap or something.
or they can even reference the
Yeah, or
flood from Wind Waker.
Flood from Wind Waker.
Yeah,
Flood's not in Wind Waker.
no, but the massive flood.
Oh, the Flood.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if they make any reference to the Hero of Time, that wouldn't exist in that route.
Mhm.
Well, I guess he would exist. It's just no one would care about him because he died.
Yeah.
Didn't help them at
Okay.
all.
Okay, well, we'll probably talk more about Triforce Heroes because it's technically a big game for Nintendo. So yeah. So moving on, Fire Emblem Fates released in Japan last week, and there's some really good sales numbers for that game. According to Mitsu, Fire Emblem Fates tracked at 353,201 units sold in its first week.
That's actually
That's
a
really
really
good.
specific number.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like normally,
Well,
when reporting sales, you just hear like 25,000.
yeah. Well, according to Media Crate has another number, but it's kind of the same. It's 303,000.
Yeah, that's more what sales numbers are usually.
Yeah, yeah.
No one
So-
really reports on the one because sales
Mhm.
numbers change so frequently.
Yeah. And those are really good numbers. It beat Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Did it beat
Uh,
J-Stars?
Probably.
J-Stars didn't launch in Japan this week. That's not a fair comparison.
Exactly. Well, exactly. It beat Splatoon.
Oh, Splatoon's
Splatoon,
a
I think
month old though.
Splatoon,
That's not fair either.
but it's currently number 4, according to Famitsu.
Famitsu lies
Um,
all the time.
by the way, Persona 4, Dancing All Night on the Vita, tracked at 95,000. So it destroyed. I mean, Fire Emblem destroyed Persona 4.
Rep.
Yeah, well, Persona 4, that Persona 4 game is a spin-off and a rhythm game, so I think that's why. I would have loved to seen Fire Emblem and Persona 5 launch during the same week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Fire Emblem Fates got really good sales numbers for its first week in Japan, and we'll have to wait a year to see how well it does over here in the West. So moving on, I think this is huge news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone found a prototype for the console that Nintendo and Sony were thinking of releasing. And I think we're probably gonna have a picture on the video so you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
But the controller looks like an SNES controller
Except it says
with the PlayStation logo. Yeah. And I think in the back it says Nintendo. But yeah, by the way, if you guys don't know about this, Nintendo is basically the reason why PlayStation exists.
Mm-hmm.
Sony and Nintendo were planning on releasing a console with a disc drive back in the day. And well, Nintendo didn't want to go through that plan because Sony wanted control over Nintendo's IP. So, right before when Sony was planning on announcing that they were going to work with Nintendo, Nintendo announced the Philips CDI thing. And you know what happened with that? We got some quality games like Zelda CDI. So, yeah, and because of that, Sony decided to make its own thing. And that was the PlayStation.
And Nintendo wishes that didn't happen.
Yeah, so you can thank Nintendo for the PlayStation.
So in the console division, Nintendo didn't care about the Vita. No one cares about the Vita.
I care about the Vita. But yeah, so it's just a bit of history for you guys.
You know what would have been really funny about that, though? So you know how Philips had the rights to make Nintendo-based games like Mario, Hotel, and the 3 Zelda games? It would have been great if PlayStation had that too. Can you just imagine? Because Nintendo would either have to wait for the contract to expire or buy out of the contract for Sony to not have that anymore. And who knows how long that would have lasted. Potentially Sony could still make Nintendo games if they wanted.
Yeah.
I doubt it would have lasted this long.
Yeah, so that the console that someone found, I don't know how he found it, but he got his hands on that console. He's calling it the Nintendo PlayStation Super Drive.
Not sure.
I like that name.
Not sure where it came from, but
yeah. Okay, I'm not totally sure if it's Super Drive or Super Disc, but it's kind of that. It has Super on it, but whatever.
Well, everything Nintendo did either had Super or Power in it. Then.
Yeah. Yes, but that console is a huge what could have been moment in gaming history.
Like, just imagine if that deal didn't fall through and PlayStation didn't actually exist now.
Yeah. Well, it was gonna exist, but under Nintendo.
Yeah, like Uncharted was a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
I mean, Uncharted wouldn't have been
Well,
made, but Naughty
yeah,
Dog
that's
would
true.
probably still be under Universal, not Nintendo.
Yeah, and probably Crash Bandicoot wouldn't have been made either.
That was Universal
So,
though, so I think Crash would have existed.
but on on the Dreamcast? Because the only reason they put it on the PlayStation was to compete against Mario.
But they called it
So,
Sonic's ass game, so maybe they actually wanted to compete against Sega.
uh, but yeah, that's a huge what if moment
Yeah.
in gaming history. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back in time,
Um.
make sure that deal doesn't fall through, just so we can see what it's like.
So yeah, no, we would probably have a Wii, PlayStation with a Wii controller, maybe. Uh, a really powerful system that has a lot of games.
That would have a
And
lot of I mean, PlayStation
yeah,
themselves don't develop too much, but they have like
a lot of third-party games. And just imagine having that and Nintendo as making games,
yeah,
publishing games on that console. Oof,
Rep Microsoft.
that'd be yeah, basically. Yeah. So, oof, that's um, I find that really fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think would have happened if that deal went through?
Um,
Like, for meaning for PlayStation's IPs, would have existed? Like Little Big Planet, maybe. I wouldn't have
any of
existed.
the companies that came into existence because of PlayStation, probably not. So like Sony Santa Monica, Play, what are they, Team Eco? I forget what they're under.
Mhm.
They're a team under someone else. It's like Sony Japan or something.
Yeah, Studio Japan.
Yeah, Studio Japan. Uh, like none of them would exist at all.
Mhm.
Um, companies that were formed outside, like Media Molecule, Naughty Dog, Insomniac, Sucker Punch, uh, whatever. I don't know how successful any of them would be because like all of them really their startup game was either published by PlayStation or promoted by PlayStation. Except Sucker Punch with Rocket Robot on Wheels on the N64.
So
So
what you're saying is that you can basically thank Nintendo for all the PlayStation 4 games that you love.
yeah, basically, because I can't really see any of those company like they might have become like Naughty Dog might have become this big company that everyone loves to hate. Okay, they don't. Never mind. But Naughty Dog might have become this big company, but Jack and Daxter, Uncharted, and The Last of Us probably wouldn't exist.
Yeah, just Crash on the
Well, I
Dreamcast.
doubt they'd just make Crash. They'd probably do something else, but not Jack and Daxter. Unless they were planning Jack and Daxter before Sony acquired them.
Hmm. Huh. So, I want to ask you guys, our listeners, a question. What do you think about this? What would have happened if the deal with Nintendo and Sony would have gone through? Just let us know.
The worst
Send us a
selling
tweet.
console and the best selling console of this generation.
What would have happened to handheld gaming?
Actually, ever since Xbox entered the ring, it's always been that. Because PS2, Xbox, GameCube era wasn't GameCube worst, and PS2 was obviously best. Then last generation, Wii was best, PS3 was worst. Then this generation, PS4 is best, Wii U's worst.
Mhm.
Sales wise, not quality wise.
Yeah. What would have happened to handheld gaming of Vita 3DS?
The DS would be hackable with tons of emulators. Um,
the PSP.
The 3DS would have touch panels on the back. So it would have like 2 touch panels on the back, a touch screen.
But it would have Persona 4.
Yeah, it would have a waifu simulator. Well, it already has Fire
Well,
Emblem.
yeah.
Tons of waifu
Or-
simulators.
Yeah.
Nintendo wouldn't be as behind in online.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, all this depends
Or-
on how much they actually let Sony do.
Yeah. Or specs on their consoles. I think that's a big thing.
Nintendo just wouldn't be behind in general.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Well, thank you Nintendo because now I have a PlayStation 4
And a Vita.
and a Vita, and I can enjoy Persona 4 and Netflix on PS4. So, moving on, Splatoon. You should take over this.
So there's an interview with everyone, the 2 directors and the producer. They talked about the map rotation, updates, and future DLC, except the future DLC seems kind of nothing really, and the updates is nothing new. So the only thing we're going to talk about is map rotation, which people have been questioning, like, why only 2 maps every 4 hours, gets kind of stale. And the quote is, I think if maps were selected at random from all possibilities, everyone would only use weapons that have the greatest common divisor and that work the same way in every map. But the maps are limited to 2. You can have alternative weapon choices, like I'll go with the charger for these 2 maps. If there are more than 3 stages, all-rounder weapons will become more popular. So I thought all weapons were intended to be all-around. Like, I thought that was the entire point of not allowing you to customize your, like, weapon, sub, and special. I thought that's what they were intending. And I don't recall, like, COD having that issue, does it? Where people use all-around guns?
No, I haven't seen that issue. And I'm calling all this bullshit. I don't switch weapons just because there's different maps. I always use the same weapon.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with it.
From what I can tell, looking at like comments on the article, subreddit, whatever, when this came out, most people are like that. Most people have like a couple favorite weapons they stick with. And even with the 2 maps, like, someone pointed out, and I think the maps they used were Port Mackerel and the other one's escaping me. I think it's the skate park. Port Mackerel works really well with the roller because it's like straightaways, no hills or anything. But then the skate park has tons of hills and stuff that you can't roll up. You have to splat them and then swim. So if you're using a roller, you can't use it for those 2 maps if you're switching for what weapon works best on the map.
I still call that bullshit because you can't even change your weapons.
Yeah, that's another thing. If you could change your weapon.
Yeah, during waiting for the game to start.
Like, a really easy way they could fix that by stopping people from choosing all around, have it choose the map before while you're in the lobby and give you an option to change weapons in the lobby. That would fix the all-around thing if people were actually doing that.
Yeah, and the examples of the maps that you gave, like the skate park, I've seen a lot of rollers in that map. So
yeah, because they don't like have any way of knowing. And another issue, when Tower Control first came out, I think the maps were the warehouse and what's the other one? Oh, Urchin Underpass. I played for 30 minutes, I think. All but 2 matches were in the warehouse.
that happened to me too with uh, the Bluefin Depot map
Mm.
during tower control. Like 30 minutes just spent on that map. That got old. Like that got really tiring after like the first two times that I played on that map.
Personally, I'd rather have people using all-round weapons, if that actually happened, than having the same map over and over.
Yeah. Um. All all the small details in that game are really driving me away from it.
Yeah, I I gave the game a fairly high rating. I really liked it for the first bit, but there's just all these minor issues that just keep adding up, and they keep adding more, such as now you can't even choose which rank mode you want to go in. It's
Okay, yeah, that's a really stupid
it rotates
thing.
every 4 hours.
Why can't you just choose which mode do you want to play?
I've seen
It's reg.
some people say it's probably because they don't want to split the user base or player base, but it's still super dumb. Cause like,
Yeah.
and I've also seen some people say about you can't do with friends on ranked because there's no private lobbies. If like you're an A rank and I'm a C rank, and I try
Mhm.
joining you, then I'm with playing with A rank people, which is really unfair. Like
Okay.
to whatever team I'm on, because it's my choice to go in the A rank, but it's not their choice to have a C rank on their team.
Mhm.
So I've seen some people say that's probably why ranked isn't or can't have friends until
Okay, I
potentially
get that.
private lobbies.
Okay, I get that because I do like that most of the people that you're matched with in ranked are basically your same level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that though, but just not be able to change the modes in ranked,
Hmm.
super annoying.
And I haven't played since Tower Control was first launched and it was locked in place for 24 hours anyway. But do Callie and Marie even mention which ranked mode's going on?
No, they just mentioned that these maps are playable in ranked.
So even though I hate them and they take up way too much time, that would kind of be useful. Because don't you actually have to go into the ranked mode to see, like you have to select ranked? If you don't like Splat Zones or don't like Tower Control and that's the one that's on, but you're fine with Turf War, then it would be kind of a waste of your time to go into ranked, see it's the one you don't like, and then have to go to Turf War.
Mm. Um, yeah, well, I just really hope they fix all the minor details with the game. I can't wait for the August patch.
I just hope that fixes more than just the friend thing.
Yeah,
Because if
well,
that's all it fixes, that's only one issue.
well, um, I want to skip button on the Squid Sisters. That's that's a must. Um, just being able to choose between the ranked modes, especially because they're more on the way. So please let
Yeah,
us do
like
that, and the maps. Come on.
just imagine once Rainmaker, I think is what it's called.
And there's another one too.
When Rainmaker launches, that's gonna be like 3 now rotating.
When do you think that will launch? Probably August, and maybe that update will uh actually make allow you to change the modes.
I think it really depends because Splat Zone or Tower Control. How long before Tower Control came out did we first see it?
Tower control.
Yeah,
Well, I don't think we saw it in action during the Splatoon direct. We just saw a picture of it, right?
I I don't remember.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think we saw gameplay of it during the Splatoon direct in May, but I think we only saw like a picture of the tower.
Mm.
So it took us what 2 months actually get to play it.
Yeah.
Or like a month, because Splatoon released in the end of May. So I can totally see the new mode releasing in August, along with the patch, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do we have any more Splatoon stuff?
I'm just bringing this quote from Tyler, who tweeted this in one of mine and your conversations about basically the exact same thing we were just talking about. Of the extra content is neat, but it's not groundbreaking. It's just like any other map pack from other shooters. Because Nintendo's always trying to hype up, like, there's a new map. We're doing all this great free content, but really the only difference is it's free. Like, and people use that. Don't worry, there's locked content, but it's gonna be free. Just because there's not very much content now doesn't mean there won't be, but that's something that, like, everyone does.
Yeah. So should we talk about tower control then?
Yeah, we can talk about it for a bit. Don't know how long that'll
So,
take.
Okay, you start. Because I think you like it.
Yeah, I've only played it that one time just because I have been, like, more wanting to play J-Stars because, you know, I just got that. But yeah, I really like it. I've seen lots of people, not just ARMS, but like all over the subreddit and stuff, complain about how it seems extremely unbalanced. And I'm not even seeing weapons brought up. I'm more seeing it's unbalanced due to, like, it always seems one team, or whoever moves it first is guaranteed to win or something, which I never had that issue. Did you see that? Whoever moves it first is guaranteed to win?
No. I don't think that's an issue, at least for me.
Yeah, I even had a match where my team was the first to move it, and then we barely moved it before they, like, one of their guys just ran around inking everything and got an ink strike really early and inked us all and the tower. And then they won. We didn't even take it back after that point. So we were first to move it, but they still won without us ever getting it back. But anyway, the main reason I think I like it, while I don't like splat zones, is it's different enough from Turf War. Well, Splat Wars was basically just Turf War except in a smaller area. Tower control, you actually have to... at least one person has to be on the tower at all times or it's not going to move. Then you have to have teammates protecting it, so it seems more like team-based to me. But the problem then comes from people don't know how to super jump for some reason when they die, so the tower's all the way on the other side of the map, and they're swimming. And it's like, you know, if we have control of the tower, you can super jump onto the tower, right? And you're not going to miss it. And there's also, like, just people running off, and I'm like, where are you going? Why aren't you protecting the tower? I can only do so much on the tower. And then there's people, like, maybe this became an issue after I stopped playing it, but I didn't really have an issue with any specific weapon types seeming OP. I found the suction bomb was a little bit hard to deal with, as well as the ink mine, because what I started doing, and then I noticed a lot of other people, so I don't know if they just started copying me or if everyone realized this at the same time, but just put 2 ink mines on each side of the tower, or 1 on each side of the tower, and then they, like, can't get on the tower without blowing up the ink mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I found those 2 were probably the hardest thing to deal with. Dynamo rollers, like, and paint ink brush were a little bit, just because of their, like, spammy wide range. But I don't know, I didn't have an issue with, I think it's blasters and rollers were the 2 big ones.
And and some chargers.
Yeah, some chargers.
Sometimes, I don't remember the map. I think it was the mall. Yeah, it was the mall. Like some dude was on top of one of the skate ramps,
Mm.
and he was just aiming at everyone in the tower and killing everyone. He was just camping there, killing everyone off.
I can imagine some stages are probably way better for it. Like
Yeah.
the skate park has that huge tower in the center. If the tower goes by that, then that's a perfect camp spot. Because there's no
Yep.
way people on the tower can reach you up there.
Yeah. And well, for me, I didn't like tower control a lot. I still prefer turf spot zones. Prefer spot zones. I think my main problem is how a lot of weapons are. Well, I think are really overpowered. I didn't have a problem with them at first when I started playing them. I'm playing tower control, but like once everyone saw which weapons everyone was using, then it became a problem. Everyone just uses most of the people use blaster. They just hide in the ink and hop around and shoot you, and that becomes really annoying. Or there was one time when I was playing in the Kelp Dome, like the other team like just went straight to the tower. Everyone got on, all of them, and three of them had blasters, and one dude had a dynamo roller. And they were just killing our team, like destroying us with the blasters and the dynamo roller just spraying their ink. But that I think well, everyone's telling me to get good, but actually most of the times that I've played tower control, I've won. So it's not I don't like it because I keep losing. I don't like it at all because I don't enjoy it.
I think
I prefer to play something like Splat Zones.
I think tower control, well, its issues might be similar to Little Mac and Smash, where like at first it seems really hard to deal with, but then someone's gonna figure out a really easy way of dealing with blasters or rollers or chargers or something, and then everyone's gonna figure it out or read about it or whatever.
Well, the thing is with the roller, I mean the blaster that I see a lot of people use. The problem with that is that it has a bubbler. So that's a problem. The bubbler is really OP in this mode too,
And Nintendo
especially if they're on the tower.
Nintendo might like, because they've balanced the or nerfed and buffed some stuff, so they might do something like if you go on the tower or you're in the splat zone, you can't use the shield, and if you have the shield, it immediately breaks or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the
Or just-
bubbler would be too much of an issue if they're on the ground. Like, they'd be a bit annoying, but you can at least dodge them a bit. But once they're on the tower, then yeah, you can't really do anything.
Yeah, or when someone from their other team just jumps on the tower, they grab the bubbler too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so that
if they do implement something where like you can't go on the tower or in the splat zone with the bubbler, and if you do, it breaks, then
or maybe just or you could use the bubbler in the maybe just use the bubbler in the tower, but don't share it with your other teammates.
yeah.
I think that would work.
I mean, yes, they've done some balance patches. I don't know if they actually listen to feedback to decide what to balance, because I don't know. I didn't really hear anyone complaining that stealth jump was too OP or something. Like everyone was
Ninja Squid.
what?
The Ninja Squid.
Oh yeah.
Super slow now.
Like I didn't hear anyone saying those were too OP. Lots of people used them, but no one was complaining, as far as I heard. I don't know. There might have been Japan people complaining or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think those are our opinions about tower control for now.
Yeah.
Hopefully next week, Noah will give his thoughts on it. I know he's unsure right now, right? He doesn't know if he likes it or hates it.
He liked it when it first launched, but then he started getting really frustrated with it. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's gone back to liking it or if he's neutral. I don't know yet.
Okay. Well, he'll tell us about it next week, hopefully. So, now moving to our questions because we're done with the topic. So,
Yay!
questions from Anonymous Squid. Current favorite weapon in Splatoon?
I don't remember what it's called. It's like a, what are they called? It's like the machine
Is it the
gun
gold
thing.
one?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it the gold
gold.
one? I think it's called the Aero Spray RG, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that one too. That's the one I use. I tried going back to like the Splatter Shot, maybe the Splatter Shot Pro, but nope. I think I like that weapon because it just covers more ground.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it doesn't have like the super low fire rate of the blaster.
Yep. So next another question from Anonymous Squid. Hmm. hot hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
Yeah, hamburger.
Hot dogs are fine and all, but hamburgers.
Mhm. Yep. And this question is from the anonymous kid. How do you improve the digital mint?
Move Metroid Federation Force to that micro direct. Move, I guess Chibi Robo is the major thing of that. So move Chibi Robo to actual E3. Don't spend so much time on useless how to make Yoshi amiibo. Let's sing Mario karaoke. Let's talk about Skylanders amiibo crossover, how it came to be. Those are all good for Iwata Asks or interviews or something, but not in an E3 setting. Last year the dev interviews were fine because they didn't take that long and they weren't talking about stupid, useless stuff or stuff everyone already knew. And I think a lot of them were actually like cut into gameplay, like it showed Yoshi's Woolly World gameplay while he was talking. While this time
Yeah.
it just showed Miyamoto drawing Star Fox.
I would say maybe show. I'm okay with them showing Metroid Prime Federation Force during the direct, but maybe tease a new Metroid game.
Problem is that requires them having it in development. If they don't already have it
Well,
in development, then that's
or tease something big.
and
I don't know. Give us maybe another screenshot of Zelda.
yeah, I was gonna
Something.
add don't care about if Zelda's announced too early. You already announced it. Just show it. Don't
Yeah,
show too much, but show something.
or just don't announce that you're not gonna show Zelda like months before E3, and maybe just show us a picture. I don't know, a logo, a name, something. Even Link. Just show us Link.
Yeah, like that Skyward Sword poster that had Link and Fee, and I think that was it.
Yeah, something like
And it
that.
just said like The Legend of Zelda.
Mm-hmm. That would work. Next question from Twitter user disturbed underscore 1NE.
I think it's supposed to be Disturbed 1.
Oh,
I think.
okay. Okay. Uh, Team cat or team dog?
Woof.
Team dog.
Yay.
Yeah. Question from a Twitter user, the not so wonderful 101. Great username, by the way. Why are the Squid sisters so annoying?
Because they give you useless information that you hear like right after, or that you see right after, or it doesn't affect you.
Okay. I think it's because you can't skip them.
Well, if they gave useful information, then I'd be fine with not being able to skip them. I don't really know what information they could give that's useful.
Well, I think I wouldn't be so annoyed by them if I could just skip everything. I liked it during like the first few times, but now it's super annoying. But yeah, and those are the questions for this week. Now on to plugs. This week we have Food Wars episode 14,
Yay.
and Connor reviewed something. I'm not sure what it is.
Beaky Euphonium. The last of the spring anime. I know last week we just did a general spring anime, but this one was just posted today, so it's more relevant to this episode than last episode. And
Okay.
Arms made a quality post. You can take this away.
Yeah, check out the my post about the tower control news that was going to release the next day. That's about it. It has a quality sub headline, so make sure to read that on blakesleek.com. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, watch our content there, like our top 10 Nintendo 3DS games, and some Splatoon gameplay videos that we have, and one of which I dominate the competition. Because yeah, there's two of mine, so make sure to watch that. Subscribe and rate us on iTunes. Leave a review there, because that always helps. That's the only way we'll get noticed on iTunes, so please make sure to do that. Visit and like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/BlazeKickMedia. Follow us on Twitter. What's your Twitter account?
At double31 and at BlazeKickTweet.
Yeah, and I'm at ArmsMXZ. Noah is at Dashi007. Follow us. And like always, visit BlazeKick.com. We have some news there. Oh, well, one news article, and that's my news article. And we have some reviews. Yeah. And you can listen to all the episodes of Nintendo Unleashed on there. Too, if you don't have iTunes or don't have access to iTunes, you could just listen to them on blakesleek.com. So yeah, thanks for listening to Nintendo Unleashed episode 22, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Let's get a good stretch.
Hello, kids. Hello, Squids. Welcome to a brand new episode. Nah, that's...
I almost burst out laughing as soon as you did that. That sounded so creepy. Hello, kids. Hello, Squid. Sound like a pedophile. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I can't wait to listen to that.
Okay, you need to use that as a blooper.